So as you can see, we've lowered the peninsula and taken it back a little bit. So it's quite a bit lower than it was before. As you can see here, that's the height that it originally was. And we've lowered it by, I think it's about 6 bricks. There's obviously where the Batcave exit is for the Batmobile, so it is going to be downhill a little bit. Obviously, we've got to put a turntable on the top of that, so that is going to bring the height back up. So I'm anticipating once that's on there, it will be very similar in height to that. So I'm not going to have any steps coming down to that part. So yeah, we're just going to carry on building up this little bit of brickwork, rockwork just there, fill the top bit in, and then we'll get back over onto this side. So yeah, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. I mean, around the back here is just a right mess looking, but obviously this won't ever be on display. And again, we've got a right mixture of bricks here. This is mainly from, this was all sorted, is stuff we have used and then ripped up, but these are the plates, brick plates, whatever you want to call them, that will be going on the top of this the whole way across. So with the Technic pins, it's going to enable me to make it quite strong. And as we mentioned previously, there will be a pillar that will be coming up from here to help with the support of that, because otherwise it's just going to, it's going to be very hard to get that all strengthened on there. So even with those Technic bricks, I think we're definitely going to need some form of additional support along the joins somehow. We will be having plates, different colours on the top there, so whether or not we mills plate the plate, we'll have to see. But yeah, let's get back to what we were doing here and continue with this rock work, and once we've done some more, we'll check back in. So just a little bit of progress here, and we've got the steps all in, and we've added another one here. So this is a bit in the middle here. Remember we said before, that's all finished and ready to go. And we've started building up this section here. So that's where the platform is going to be. So yeah, so all we need to do is also put some steps in that will be coming down to here, which will obviously lead to the Batmobile. But yeah, we've still got to carry on building around this section here and get that looking all tidy. We've run out of blue plate around here, so it is very little that we've got left. In fact, that is all of the blue plate that I've got. So we're going to need to get some more of that. So we need to finish tiling it off. We've got plenty of those, and then we can continue with this section here at a later stage. We've plated off the entire top section here, and the reason for doing this is there's 2 reasons. Every time I knock this corner, they fall off, but also when it comes to putting the roof on here, I want to be able to put pressure on without them falling off as well. So yeah, I thought get that bit done now, and it also makes it look that little bit tidier. I mean, there's enough multicolours going on at the side and the back. At least it looks a little bit better on the top now. That said, I am going to have to peel a few of them off, because on here this is all totally smooth. There are no studs protruding, no, like even on this one here, there's an inverted slope on the bottom of it, and I need a couple of these sticking out without the inverted slope so I can attach the bats underneath to it. So I've got probably 3 or 4 of the VIP Halloween packs, which have got about 2 or 3 bats in each one. So it'd be nice to get those hung in numerous places around the cave. Now, I haven't plated off the top section along here, because once the roof goes on, I'm not sure if it's going to be 1 or 2 bricks high that it's going to come up here. So I thought I can just merge the rock to hide the brick on the end there. Now this section here, that's where we're going to be having like the bridge stroke viaduct, and here's where we're going to have the road. So again, I haven't finished those details off just yet, and I think that's a bit I'm going to probably work on next, start making a start on that bridge. It is all just going to be cut off there, so I'll work out how I'm going to do that visually. Whether or not I sort of like just put a hole in the brickwork and put a Easter egg on there, I'm not sure yet. As you can see, we put the archways in the top of the build here, and it's a 12 stud gap between this, so it's going to be a single lane going out from Wayne Manor. The rockwork is going to go up there, so the rockwork is actually going to be touching the bottom of this one. Now with these arches, I have actually got 8 of them, I think it is, and the reason we've gone so far back in is if I'd put 3, the gap between the 2 would have been too big and it just wouldn't have looked good. If I'd started it sort of like here, they would have been right on top of each other like so, and then it would have looked a little bit too thin. So I've gone for it. So I think it's about one or two stud gap between the two. The first thing we need to do is start, is like I said, put the masonry bricks down there. We'll see how many we've got first of all. Once we work that out, we'll then build that rock work up so it's all done, and then we continue across with the bridge. So let's get to it. So as we mentioned in the past, we have ripped that apart so many times that all these pieces have come from the mock. There are a few masonry bricks within here which I need to pick out because we are going to need all of them for it, but luckily enough we have got this tray full of them here, so it's quite a big tray. There's a fair few pick-a-brick cups worth on there, and I don't think, I mean I've got some pick-a-brick cups up there as well, but I don't think there's any more in there, so it is going to be a case of seeing how far we can get these to go, plus whatever's over there. I was hoping to be using a fair few of these on Wayne Manor as well, but again I'm not 100% sure whether or not we're going to do, what colour we're going to make Wayne Manor. What with the grey bridge, the grey rockwork, I'm wondering whether it would look nicer to have like a tan coloured building to just bring a little bit of variety into the mock. So we're having to think about that, but first of all we need to see how far we can make these bricks go. So let's get building. And here is the start of the base of the bridge. So we've had to raise it up by 2 plates. Otherwise it wasn't going to be in sync with the top part there. We'd have had to put individual plates now and again all the way up. So for easier, just put it at the base and then we can just concentrate on whole bricks. And we've started the first row of slopes going up, which is going to be by the side. So this first arch is going to be, like I said, totally built into the rockwork. What we'll do now, I'll just carry on doing the rockwork down that section there, build it up behind there, and then we can go straight up with the bricks. The brick wall. Now the brick wall will be 14 studs in width and 3 studs back, 3 studs deep. That's how each pillar is going to be. So as you can see, we've got the first upright all completed now, and we've made a start on the second one. So we've put the arches across so we can see where they come to. And now we're just going to continue building that up until we get to the very top again. The third one is going to start about here, so we are going to need to amend the rockwork down the bottom there, but it won't be by much, so hopefully it's not going to be too big a job. But anyway, let's carry on building that upwards. So we have ripped off all of the rock face on that part. We've left all of the bricks in place, so it will be a case of just putting the bricks back in place further up on there, so we don't need to worry about the filler bricks behind. It will be all pre-ready. When we did this, we had to drag the whole mock cylinder one-handed over the edge, just like so, and then that enabled me to move this here so I could get the plates out from underneath. And I might actually take those blue plates off that are under there as well and replace them with some grey, because as mentioned before, we're needing them for there, so it seems a shame to waste some there. But I'll have a look and see how much work's involved with that, because it's not going to be straightforward. We have got the third pillar and the third set of arches all built in place now, and it's looking, I'm really pleased with how that's coming up. I like the way it looks like it's been built into the rockwork, so that's quite nice. We do need to do the finishing touches inside there. Obviously this section here is going to be where the Batmobile would sort of like drive off to Gotham City or wherever it's going. But yeah, we've got one more arch to go, and I'm just hoping I've built it correctly. It should work out. I think it's going to be 2 studs wide going all the way up here to that, and then that will be the end of the bridge. What a mess. So today we are going to start off by having a good tidy up, sort all of that out, and then we can make a start over here. Luckily we have found a load of blue plate, so that's going to enable us to finish this section here. And then we're going to concentrate on the rockwork again. So as mentioned previously, need to put some slopes sticking out so we can attach some bats hanging from the walls. And also I'm going to amend this hole here. So at the moment it is just, I think it's about 11-12 studs wide, and that was for the Batmobile to come out of. However, I'm thinking about making it quite a bit wider, possibly to about here. So I'm just going to have to take a few bits out and then modify it, because I want it so that the Batwing is going to be coming out of there. Now previously I'm going to be using these on the roof, and because I got the Technic pins, I was going to have it so it's sort of like rotated so he could escape through there. So it's like a hidden feature within Wayne Manor, so he could fly out from there. However, I've just recently, or yesterday, made this Darth Vader artwork, and I've decided that they're too flimsy. You need to put quite a bit of plain brick on there to make them nice and sturdy, which I could possibly still do with that idea, but I'd sooner have it so it's structurally sound the whole way across because of the amount of weight that's going on top of it, and also when I'm pushing down doing the building. So I thought the best thing to do, let's just have it see the back wing comes out of here. Unfortunately, I did manage to delete the footage of me taking this little bit of rock work down and widening the hole for the Batmobile to come out from. But yeah, here is the end result of it. So as you can see, here is just a little bit wider, and hopefully it's going to make things a lot easier for getting out of there. All we need to do is just do the snot bricks on both sides. So just under here, as you can see, just need to stick a plate to that, put some slopes on the plate, and then that'll be it finished. The next thing to do is have a tidy up because we've got more bricks everywhere, and got to start working out what we're going to be working on next on here. We finished the archways here as well, and all we need to do now is the road. But yeah, that's all we've got time for this week. I hope you've enjoyed the update. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be kept up to date with any future updates, and give it a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed what you've seen, and please share it with your family and friends. Thanks for walking on by. See you next time. Bye for now.